Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, La Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. La Frida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless.
How your lawn looks says a lot about you. So put your lawn care maintenance into the hands of someone who really cares. They're reasonable, experienced, reliable, licensed, and insured. They are Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. Commercial and residential services are available all year long. Call or text them today for a free estimate. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio, 419-708-0005. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio.
Got some snaps on the petrol. Mr. Trap Rap No Bizzo from the mud to the tub. And I'm rocking out with Queen Silvy and Tim. You know.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11, good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, got the #1 spot, look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, what's happening? This is Smooth Tim, and right with me is the Queen herself, Queen Silvy.
That's right. It is me, Queen Silvy. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. I am feeling exciting because I feel like wrestling Tim right now.
Now, come on, honey.
I've studied. I've done my homework. I'm ready.
You ready to throw a move on me?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to do one of them power. Like I'm going to jump on the bed and just jump down
Power
like I'm on a
slam me.
rope and whoop, slam them down. I'm feeling real cocky today. But you know what? You are in for a treat today. We're going to have a great guest on. But Smooth first, how are you?
I'm doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen. And might I ask, how are you doing?
Well, as always, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you're just simply
Amazing.
Yes,
Oh, I love it when he is so correct. Because I am amazing, but you are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing, as well as our amazing guest and announcements for today.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun. As you said, we have AEW professional wrestler with us, BigShotty Lee Johnson.
In the hole.
Should be an interesting conversation. Okay, and on with announcements again. It always seems like we're saying our hearts and prayers are going out to the world in Ukraine, the people going on with the pandemic. This is never ending. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to get a break, but hey, people, keep the faith. And, as Queen says, faith over fear. Yes, my dear?
That's right, my boo.
Anyhow, if you would please, for better things, take a look at the top of the screen. You're going to see there scrolling various ways to go to the Queen and myself on our social media platforms. More importantly, go to www.thequeensilvyshow.com. Go to the contact tab, scroll down, and get on our email list, and you'll find out what's happening with our shows. You'll get some insight about what's going on with us, what projects we might be working on. Also, if you would, because you're worth it. I forgot about that. Because you are worth it. Yes, you are. That's Foxy 5 Jewelry. It is sassy, elegant, and affordable jewelry and accessibles for you and that someone special. So get a hold of Monica Wright on Facebook or visit her website at www.foxy5jewelry.com. Another way to keep up with the Queen Silvy Show is to go to our YouTube channel. Simply go to YouTube, search The Queen Silvy Show. You'll get the content of all three of our shows, as well as some of the movies, cartoons, and other projects that we get ourselves involved in for some reason.
I love it.
But go ahead, and while you're there, excuse me, please subscribe.
Yes.
And how your lawn looks says a whole heck of a lot about you. So put that lawn care maintenance into the hands of a professional who really cares. They are reasonable, reliable, insured, and they are top-notch lawn care of Toledo, Ohio. Commercial, residential services are available all year long. You can call or text them for a free estimate at 419-708-0005.
Right.
Analytics from last week's show, those in New Zealand, Jamaica, Denmark, France, Mexico, United Kingdom, Canada, and the US of A.
Shout out to you.
Shout out for listening into the show. We
Much appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And that would be all, my queen.
Why, thank you very much, sir. On this terrific Tuesday, the Queen Silvy Show, hey, we aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talents, and topics from around the world to you. As Smooth said, the lines are open. You're more than welcome to call in, ask our guest a question, give a shout out or holler at Smooth or myself. That number is 817-602-0577. But wherever you're listening or watching this, you're more than welcome to send your comment or question in that section, and Smooth will make sure we get it out to you. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hey, listen, I want you to know first and foremost, if you are watching, listening to this live, Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you are watching this later in an archive, Smooth,
our love is everlasting.
You damn right. Our love is everlasting.
You've seen if I was paying attention, weren't you?
That's right. I'm keeping him on his P's and Q's, but we love and appreciate you as well. So before I begin my conversation with my wonderful guest that has me so geeked that I feel like I can just go and slam somebody.
Behave.
I'm a tomboy, so, I'm like telling the truth. But before I do, what I'd like to do at this moment is I like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Everything you need is within you. The strength, the courage, and the confidence to change and improve your life. I believe in faith over fear because faith gives you that inner strength, a sense of balance and perspective in life. You just need to look within yourself, believe in yourself, and find that inner strength and realize you are capable of so much more than you thought. Okay? And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. That's right. You are worth it. You are worthy. You are loved and appreciated by Smooth and myself on this terrific Tuesday. Hey, I thank you for tuning in, watching in on this show. I'm going to get things going right now because, if I don't, I'm going to go and hit the wall. But from a childhood passion to reality and success, get ready for raw and real conversation into the world of AEW, which is All Elite Wrestling. He's sharing his story and journey as I introduce to you professional AEW wrestler BigShotty Lee Johnson. Woo! What's happening?
Not much.
I appreciate you taking the time and being on the Queen Silvy Show. I know that you are a busy guy doing some fantastic things, and hey, to stay fantastic, you got to keep a regimen and do what you got to do. So I appreciate you taking the time here. But now you've been a fan of wrestling, like most young boys at a young age, right?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
what does wrestling mean to you personally?
Wrestling is super special. I think that, people have movies, people have TV shows, some people, they have theater, and for me, I have wrestling, and as well for a lot of other people, there's something about it to where it takes you into a completely different feeling, and I think that it's super special. Anybody that watches it, there's always one match that can get them super into it.
Right. So like, if you've been a fan of wrestling at a young age, did you get into wrestling at all during the school times?
I did. I got into wrestling my senior year of high school. It was terrible, but I did get into it because I figured that it helped me a little bit once I did start wrestling, and kind of, helped me, but at the same time, it's a completely different ballgame. Those guys out there are, trying to throw you around and kill you. Whereas in wrestling, we have a little more of a camaraderie going on. So
control, so to speak.
We kind of figure out how to. So it did help me out a little bit, but at the same time, it's definitely a completely different game.
Not to make fun, but you can look at his ears and tell he didn't do wrestling in high school. He doesn't have the cauliflower ears.
That's funny.
I never got.
Well, you were smart for doing that there. But at what point for you, Lee, did you decide to really take wrestling serious and professionally?
It was maybe 2016, and I graduated high school in 2016. So me and one of my best buddies at the time, he asked me like, "Hey, how's wrestling going? How are things going?" I didn't have an answer for him, and when I didn't have an answer, I knew that I needed to do something because I didn't want to go to school. I went to college for maybe like 2 weeks, and I realized that I just didn't want to be there. I left. So he asked me that question, and I was like, okay, I think I know what I got to do. So I started wrestling, and luckily things have moved super duper fast. But if it wasn't for that conversation that I had with him, I don't know when I would have started.
You said super duper fast. I mean, like, can you handle it? Is it going too fast for you, or what? Super.
At times it can get a little overwhelming, but I know what I signed up for. I know what game I'm playing, and I'm learning how to play the game. So super fast, but I love it.
Now, did you go to a wrestling school like you'll see on these where they're actually prepping, and where was that?
Yeah, I did go to a wrestling school. I started off at a wrestling school in Atlanta. The trainer at the time, his name was Aaron Fox, and he trained me. I was with him for maybe about a year-ish, and then after that, I left and I went over to a school called the Nightmare Factory, and that school is actually a guy named QT Marshalls, and I started training under QT, and after that, that's when he completely changed my game. He helped me out, from A to Z. So yeah, I definitely had to go to a training school in order to get like the fundamentals and everything down.
Wow.
Now, when you're in this school, I want to question you a little bit further. Do they talk to you about, refining and working on your dialogue as yourself?
Absolutely. I think that it's super important. Promos are a big deal in wrestling, and if anyone's familiar with The Rock, which I think everyone's familiar with, that's something that he's super good at. So yeah, they definitely talk to us about speaking and things like that, because that's something that you have to work on. You can't be a great wrestler and get people into stories unless you can talk and tell them what you want them to feel. So it's definitely really
I'm not even gonna name the name of a wrestler I saw, man. They come out, you know how when you come out on stage and all the audience is everywhere and the lights is on you and he's all buff, but he didn't impress me when he opened his mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The muscles is one thing, but you gotta bring that whole package. You gotta
be able to smack talk.
Yeah. And for anyone that's watching, you're gonna in just a few moments, you're gonna see BigShotty Lee Johnson in that. And you can be like, damn, he can fight.
See,
He knows. He know his moves. He know it real good, and we're gonna show that later too. So hey, you have time to spread the word, pass it around, tell somebody to tune in. We are available on all of your social media platforms, and hey, it's interesting.
But you're right. It's the hook, Lee. You know, I listen to these, and I've been watching it for years. But I mean, you know, you're a beer drinking, beer guzzling crazy guy, or you smell what I'm cooking, or there's always something that these people can grab a hold of. And I just wondered, is that something you're working on?
Absolutely. I think for me, I'm 24. I started wrestling when I was 19. So it's also a thing that you get over time. You know, as time goes on, you start to find yourself just like you would in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you find yourself, you figure out what works for you. So luckily I got a little bit of a head start on that. So, you know, at the age of 24, I'm figuring out what it is that Lee Johnson, BigShotty Lee Johnson is, you know, what it is that he brings to the table. Who is he? And that's a big question too, is you have to have a reason behind everything. And I watch things and I listen to videos and trying to understand characters and how characters come about. You know, you have to have a motive. And I think, you know, for me, having such a good head start, it's definitely something that I get excited for by the time I'm 30 years old to see what it is that I'll be. That really excites me.
So now, you know, when you watch like the WWE and all of these wrestlers, there's a couple guys that maybe commentate, but they used to wrestle back in the day, and they're like senior citizen, kind of like old, you know, but they're still got in that game and stuff. Is that going to be you? I mean, do you want, is this what you're going to want to do? Like, you
forever
know what?
And ever?
So I have a saying, and I believe it. You know, I want to take what The Rock did, and I want to do it times 10. And that's something that a lot of times can sound crazy, but I'm sure it sounded crazy when he said it, you know, about Will Smith, because he wants to take Will Smith's career and do it times 10. So I think that for me, it's important to continue to grow and get better. And, you know, once wrestling is gone, I'm looking into moving into other things. I want to get into acting. And,
Right.
You know, any other field that I want to take over everything. I don't want to, you know, I don't like sitting.
A stepping stone to bigger and better things for you,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
I don't like playing secondhand. I like being first.
Yeah,
So
it makes perfect sense. Now that
Right.
your foot's in the door, you can sit there and say, well, you know, I would like to be a promoter. I would like to be an announcer. I would like to get into movies now. And that's your side gig right now. That's your little side hustle, preparing for that.
It's all about moving up. It's all about getting, you know, from here to here. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the time where I'm dominating wrestling, and then from there seeing what's next. And I think that's always important, is that you want to go up.
Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, we got a viewer question from Bryce. Bryce wants to know, before a fight begins, do you already kind of know who's going to win?
Kind of, sort of. You have a
All right, Bryce. Do you kind of sort of want to kind of watch the match and find out? That's what you do. But you know, if someone came to you and was like, you know what, you got that look. What type of acting would you like to do?
I'd love to try it all. I don't think that there's any limits, you know, for anybody. I think when you put a limit on it, then you stop yourself.
You'll do a scary movie?
I love scary movies. I would love to. I love
really. That's what's up.
Yeah. I think a scary movie would be fun. I would try every single movie that there is.
Well, right on. I love scary movies too. I'm like, bring it.
Yeah, same.
You know, but
well, yeah, acting's a ton of fun, and you know, if you can adapt the character, you know, and make it yours, yeah, you can go a long way.
Yeah. So, am I right, Lee? Is it 2004 Armageddon? Was that your first fight?
So 2004, like the first one that I ever went to?
That's the first one you ever went to. You didn't fight there.
No, 2004. Oh man, I was like 6 years old.
Damn, he would have been a badass at 6.
You know, there are a few badasses at 6 years old. Listen, I have a 2-year-old grandson, and he's a.
But no, yeah, I did go to 2004 Armageddon, which was in Atlanta at the now Infinite Energy Arena. I did go there. Yes.
So it's 2016 that you went and became professional in it, right?
It was the fall of 2017.
2017.
I started wrestling in about August of 2017, and that's what I
Okay,
started.
so tell me about that first time. Like when you come out and they're screaming, they're like putting their finger up at you, they're calling your names, and then some is woo woo, and you like,
Or you
they
get
like,
no
oh.
response at all, either one. Yeah.
What's that like?
So I didn't have that when let me see. I started training. I think my very first wrestling match was January of 2018, and that's when I had my very first outside match. And it was nothing like that. It was nothing like um, no reaction, or the crowd or putting middle fingers up or anything like that. None of that. But I will say, to your point of or there's no reaction, that is something that goes on when you are new, and that starting with AEW, which is a big major company, that's something that I've faced multiple times, and that is the worst feeling in the
Yeah,
world.
I don't know if it's in this clip or not. When you're stepping out, and your name is behind you, flashing, and Lee Johnson, and you come out. Now, don't you feel like, does that like hype and geek you up a little bit? I mean,
Definitely. I think the announcer, Justin Roberts or Dasha, whichever one, they do a great job of trying to introduce you and hype you up. And it's huge. It's crazy. It's crazy.
that
When you're
adrenaline gets going and stuff. You're
it's
like,
just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how from backstage you go from being one thing and then you go out there and completely different person.
that's funny. So now you're currently with the AEW All Elite Wrestling. Were you with other wrestling organizations before then?
No, before then I was an independent wrestler, which is just when you're wrestling on smaller shows or anything like that. For the most part, I just did school shows, so I kind of went straight from school shows and jumped straight into AEW.
You've always been known as BigShotty Lee Johnson.
No, so before I was the shotgun, and I did a show where there was a guy and he was the champion and he was the shotgun. So I had to change my name. The promoter
Mm-hmm.
came up to me. He was like, "Hey, his name is the shotgun. So for that reason, like we can't have you be the shotgun." So I was like, "Oh, well, what sounds cool?" And I came up with Big Shotty because I think that's a cool little slang way of
And something
saying
people can
shotgun.
remember.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a cool little slang, way of it. So yeah, I went from the shotgun to Big Shotty.
I like Big Shotty. Like what? Big Shot. I said Big Shotty. Do you get into the mic? You know how sometimes when they're interviewing or they're talking to you either before the match or whatever, and they're just talking stuff. I mean, do you do it in the mirror? Do you get home and just like practice it? I heard you're a
You're giving away
perfectionist.
secrets, Queen.
No, I mean I do it. I
For
do
her
it before I
comedy.
get in on stage as a comedian. I'm like in the mirror. I mean, it's about your presence, your stage presence, your before all of that. So like, just give me a secret. Just tell me something. Like, do you get in the mirror and be like,
Practicing a stare.
So I practice in the car. That's when I find myself really getting into it. In the mirror, it's kind of hard because I feel like I look ridiculous. I look at myself and I'm like, "Ah, I feel ridiculous." But when I'm in the car and I'm driving and I'm just feeling a certain type of way, like I have this emotion or I want to say this, then that's where I really let it go. I really practice it. I'll say a few lines and then it just keeps going from there. So a lot of times I'll like look in, the mirror, the rearview mirror, and I'll just look at myself to see like if I'm kind of giving off the face that I want to give off or anything like that. So
well,
yeah, I think in the car is where I
right?
practice.
I was just gonna say, little
Absolutely.
kid driving next to you, just look over at him and
Give him,
Right, yeah,
give
I
him the
think that's
people's eyebrows.
Right.
that's what's up.
Wait, Ben wants to know: do you make a lot of money?
Do I make a lot of money?
Who asked that?
Ben.
Ben.
I like to say I'm doing really good for myself.
Right on,
Yeah,
right on.
really-
Hey, you know what? You got a job, right?
Right, yeah.
So
He's got a paycheck
that's
coming,
right.
Ben. So there you are.
That's right.
There it is.
Every fan, of wrestling, they enjoy and they see wrestling differently. You know what I mean? The little old lady fan sees it different than whatever. But what do you want your fans to admire or say about Big Shotty Lee Johnson, either before or after a match?
So I like to think about the time frame, and I don't necessarily think just in the moment. And I know a lot of times people say you can't think about the future, but that's what I like to think about. And I like for them to see me as a guy that they saw grow up in front of their eyes. I got signed when I was 22, so now I'm 24. I've been there for 2 years. So, I want to see them watch me go from this 22-year-old kid to this 32-year-old kid, 10 years. And I want them to go, well, oh, okay. So he went from this to this. It's very possible. And that's something that I really want for them to see. There's a lot of kids that watch wrestling, a lot of kids that want to be wrestlers. I know at times it can get really hard or discouraging, whatever it may be. So I want them to watch me and go, okay, it's very possible to move from point A all the way to Z.
All right. You're like the mentor. You are, they look up to you. You know what I'm saying? You're that figure that they look up to, and I'm sure there's some wrestlers that suck. I mean, I'm just saying it as a fan, but I'm sure there's some of them that just have such a freaking nasty attitude, and they're doing their job, getting their money, and then afterwards the little kid, hi, can I have your autograph? Get away, get out. That's not the way to do a child that's looking up to you and think that this is the best thing in the world. Forget homework, I want to be a wrestler. That type of thing. But I want to show people right now a little bit. Now, this is a little bit. If you want to see more, you have to tune in. Is this on TNT still right now?
So TNT on Friday nights at 10 is our show Rampage. Wednesday night at 8, we're on TBS. And that's our Dynamite show.
All right.
Which is our flagship show.
Every week.
Every week.
You mean I've been missing out on this? I didn't. Tim, do we?
Every single week.
Yeah, we got it on the
Friday, 8 and 10.
All right. Well, we're going to give a little sample, little something to show you that BigShotty Lee Johnson is serious. He's in it to win it. He's not going to have it no other way. So check out this right here on the Queen Silvy Show. Woo!
A lot better too.
From the collar and elbow to the full arm drag and now twist on it. And Lee just
front roll, nip up, reverse.
He's one of the fastest competitors, speediest competitors, really, in AEW. He can go side to side as quickly as anyone.
Nice snap there, rear chin lock. Looks like Adam Priest has a little bit of an amateur background the way he tried to get out of that.
Sure, tried to roll right out of it.
Yeah.
Trying to scoot out of it as well, but Lee's got it
Crushes
hooked
the
on.
side of the ear.
Lee knew to sink that elbow in deep under the chin.
Yeah, and you get that wrist bone right grinding into the cheek as well. Oh, you got a little cocky, Bankston, huh? Made a huge mistake, and Lee Johnson down on that bottom turnbuckle pad, now sent into the buckles, and Lee Johnson laying some right hands, heavy right hands into the head of Darian Bankston. Bankston cut. Oh, Lee Johnson turned his attention away for a second, and Bankston. As Bankston in the Fisherman Buster. Oh, the neck breaker. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of this match.
And there's the bell. And here we go. This is the type of battle that you can show someone who's new to our brand of entertainment and say, this is what WWE's all about. They're struggling for control right now.
And you're a video game?
Yeah, right? I was like, what? I was like, he is doing it. Like, I love that. That is so sweet. You are like, you slam dude, and I was like, man, that's a nice slam. I freaking love it.
Oh, that pile driver?
Yeah. Oh, is that what that's called, a pile driver? Pat yourself on the back. You got it going on.
I like your moves. You got some good stuff.
Plus, you look good. You look good doing it. You know, that's an added feature right there. You know, I mean, I've seen some that get on there, and I'm like, if you don't get off of that ring and take your ass home.
Well, when you was pounding dude in the head, I mean, you really sold that. I mean,
I like to hire you to beat up a couple. I like to hire you to beat up a couple people. You were really doing it good. But how about this as a true? You tell me, true or false? Wrestling isn't fake. It's all about entertainment, and everything is fully scripted. True or false?
Absolutely, that is completely true. Wrestling is not fake.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? There is nothing fake about getting kicked in the head or slammed on a mat. You feel what I'm saying? That is some sports entertainment right there.
Well, that brings up a question. Have you ever been either seriously hurt or injured to the point where you're like, I got to take a week off?
Yeah. Actually, right now I'm dealing with some knee problems. So yeah, it's definitely not fake. Our injuries are real. What we feel is super real. So I think a lot of times the fans they want to believe or they want to feel like they know what's going on, but until you actually step foot inside the ring, you have no clue.
Right.
What's going on.
Right, man. So like muscles, you be having sore muscles pretty much about every match.
Yeah,
right?
you can get. Yeah.
What do you do for sore muscles? Do you get in the tub of ice?
So to be honest, I kind of haven't really been doing much until this recent knee problem. Before then, I kind of would just get over it in like a day or two, and now I'm starting to feel like I'm feeling it a little bit. So I'm taking a little more care of myself.
Okay. Hopefully, it's not an ACL issue.
No ACL issues. No.
Good.
Hey, you can get a bionic knee out of the situation going.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know, with the wrestling, I think that it's all predetermined, right? They predetermined. I'll use that word predetermined. But if it's predetermined or scripted, how do you get better than the other guys and move on up the ladder?
There's so much that you can do. I mean, you can train. You can get in better shape. You can learn how to talk better. You know, there's just so much. You never stop growing in wrestling. You can always get better. And I think that there's boxes, and either, you know, you want to have a good look. You want to get in good shape. You want to be able to cut a promo. You want to be really good in the ring. There's just so many things that you kind of can check, you know, in order to move yourself along. And that's really all it takes, you know. Sounds easy, but it can be a little difficult.
I think it is, you know, and I'm not going to get much into it because I don't do politics. That's Tim's show on Wednesdays, but everything, there's a little bit of politics in it. Do you agree with me on that? I think, and just like wrestling, and just like these shows you see on TV where they're in a competition to see who's the best singer or who's the best dancer. I think behind stage, but the ones who have their hands in on it, they have more of a say of who gets this and who does this and who gets this here, and that's what I call the politics part, because there's some that's better than the one that they want to move up the ladder. You know what I mean? So, do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel? Let me just say. Do you ever feel any hate? Anybody that's intimidated because you look good, you doing your thing, and you have that potential to just soar the hell up there?
So honestly, no, not right now. I just think that
cool.
You're right. I think right now, no. And I'm not speaking for everybody else. Maybe some other people may feel that way, but for myself, no. I just feel like I'm young, and you know, I have a lot of time. But the time's, you know, ticking. I still have that time, and I think that it's okay, you know, to also take your time sometimes.
So mentally, are you prepared that when you run into that situation, run into a spot where, how you gonna handle that?
We just gotta wait for that time to come.
Okay.
I think it's so easy to speak on situations until you're in it, and then when you're in it, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I think when the time comes, we'll see.
I'll go with that.
I have a quick question, and I was looking at the looking at the AEW lineup and some of the coaches and stuff. And what is it like to have somebody like Arn Anderson around you telling you? I mean, that would just blow my mind. Some of these coaches that they have available, it's like, and they're going to come up and talk to you, and you can have conversation. They've been in it to win it forever. Their knowledge is invaluable.
It's crazy. Actually, Arn Anderson is like my personal manager.
Wow.
So I think someone like Arn with the knowledge that he has is insane. When I first got paired up with him, I was super, super happy about it. My dad, he knows who that is. You know, my mom knows who that is. So for them to just go, wow, like, what's it like? It's crazy. So yeah, Arn, you know, and a bunch of other coaches, you know, we have like Jerry Lynn and, you know, so many other guys, Dean Malenko, so many guys there for, you know, and even the active wrestlers that we have, like Chris Jericho, those guys also, they give you a lot of knowledge. They tell you things that you know, you got to hear. So
I've seen that. Yeah. With Jericho and Sting and some of these guys, I was like, look at the lineup in there. That's like amazing.
That, yeah. So we have a ton of, you know, knowledge backstage, a ton of guys to learn from.
That's cool. That is cool. I know I heard that you are a perfectionist. You like things done in a certain way, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you do. You do. I heard you say it. I heard. But like, what kind of things and ways do you like things to be right?
I mean, I just want everything to go as great as possible. I feel like if you know that you can do really well, then why not expect that? So that's just what it is. I want everything to go as good as I know I can make it. That's it.
Well, do you create your own scripts, you know, your own, you know, what you're going to say and your own moves? You create those?
Yeah. For that stuff, that's all me. I come up with it. I watch it, you know, I watch a ton and I take notes. I learn. There's a lot of guys that I admire and, you know, I watch what they do and see why they do it, how they do it, the mindset behind it. And I kind of take from that. And, you know, I have a whole folder in my notes just full of wrestling stuff that I want to, you know, do. And I think that's a big help to me is I can just pull out my phone and go, okay, well, I have this, like, let's see if I can make this work, you know? So yeah, things like that, that's all me.
So what's your regimen though? I mean, like what's your health regimen and your exercise regimen? What do you do to keep yourself on point and in shape?
So just recently, my girlfriend, she started doing no dairy, no gluten. And I kind of got into that idea, you know, to try it out for her. So for the past maybe month and a half, I've been doing no dairy, no gluten, it was super tough at first. I love pizza. I used to eat pizza every single Wednesday after
I think
the
they have gluten-free
so it's kind
pizza.
of tough, you know, to now not eat pizza every single week. But yeah, so for the past month and a half, no dairy, no gluten. I've been following a pretty solid diet, eating the same thing over and over again. As far as the gym goes, I get bored of the same thing. So it might go on for like a month where I'll follow one plan and then after that I gotta move on to the next. But I like to learn. So I'll look at, you know, YouTubers and I'll see what it is that they do, you know, and I'll just take from them. I'll do what they're doing for a month. Or, you know, maybe I'll look at like what The Rock is doing. Or, you know, a guy like Michael B. Jordan. I'll see what they're doing. And then after that, I'll just use exactly what it is that they're doing for like a month or so.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, well, you canceled out Mary's question. She wanted to know if you have a girlfriend. So
you know what? Let me
we can cancel out Mary's question. And another quick question. You mentioned your girlfriend. Does she wrestle?
I was going to say I want to give her a shout out. She bad.
Yeah, her name is Julia Hart, and she does wrestle, yes.
I was going to give her a shout out. I've seen pictures. I'm like, woo, she is bad, okay? Yes, she's bad. I'm not going to say it, but yes, I am. I can see foreplay being fun. You know, like just start wrestling. You know what I mean? Twisting the legs. Tim's laughing because we wrestle. That's fun to do that. You remember, you know, wrestle a little bit. You know, get a little smack. But that's a whole nother show. But I do want to shout her out because you know it takes some confidence. It takes a lot for a male to get into wrestling, but the female as well. So yes, shout out, girl. You got it going on. Okay, I like that a lot. So when it comes to these moves, we're going to show a little video, little clip it of some of the moves. Did you make up these moves? These are your moves, or these are moves that's just in the organization and you are displaying them?
Yeah, just circulating around that I kind of liked and I, you know, decided to use for myself.
So in the wrestling field, you know, sometimes you can maybe even tell me if a wrestler has done it, created their own move, you know, come up with their own way of doing it.
It's happened a ton. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's check out BigShotty Lee Johnson and some of these moves that he do very well.
The top 10.
Right here on the Queen Silvy Show. I'm so geeked right now. I just want to go practice. Man, that jump and that little flip, that twist. Ooh, that was nice.
That's where you could get hurt.
That is nice. I'm like, man. Ugh. See, I have 5 brothers. I'm a tomboy. I can't help it, but I always was the one that was the bully for them.
I liked it when you kicked Billy Gunn in the head. That was funny.
Oh man. That's what's up. You have it going on. You're doing some great things. I like what I see. And now I'm going to be following it on TBS and TNT because I am so a fan. And I hope that you who are watching is now a fan. Follow this young man. He's doing some great things, man. He got some moves that's like...
I've seen him wrestling. Yeah, a couple people. Was that Van Dam he was wrestling too?
No, that was there was Billy Gunn on there.
I seen Billy Gunn. I thought that one guy looked like Rod Van Dam.
No.
Is there a wrestler that you wanna take a match with?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have one guy. His name is Pac, and I think that he is possibly the best wrestler in the world right now. So I think he's a test. He would be the guy that I'd wrestle to see just how good I am.
So how do you pick a fight with him so that they'll promote it?
Yeah,
I just gotta
email him and call him. Wait, email him and call him a punk.
Do you walk out on his interview like they do on WWE, saying and just interrupt everything he does until he gets so pissed he wants to whip you?
Right.
Yeah, just like send a message on social media and call him a punk, and then the media get onto it and they be like, "Oh, we want to see this fight. Come on!" It'll be, it'll be a good one. So hey, that's
they used to hype that guy. That's what I was gonna ask. Also, I mean, it used to be insane back in the '80s. Do you think that it has lost some of its momentum, or do you think it's just promoted in a different way?
So I don't think it's lost momentum. I will say it's, clear that, back in the 90s or whatever, there were maybe 10 million people watching, whereas today it's not that much. And I think a lot of it has come from just fans we have something that we call smart marks, and they just feel like they know everything. And I think that kind of loses some, like, just watch, just see what happens, just see how this turns, And I think a lot of the times they just want to know all so bad that it kind of turns people away. And I feel like that's what it is. But I definitely don't think it's lost momentum. I think that, with AEW has brought back so many wrestling fans that had only maybe watch WCW back in the 90s or 80s or whatever, and they kind of stopped watching, once WWE kind of took over. And I think, when AEW came back, we definitely brought in a lot of people, especially when, you have those familiar faces like Sting and, you have those guys on the roster. People turn to the channel and they see him and they go, oh, cool, that's Sting, So, yeah, I definitely don't think it's lost momentum. I just think times have changed and, things are just going a completely different way from before.
Hard to keep this wrestling alive and going, you think, or wrestling will never die?
Oh, it's never going to
die. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Now, Roberta, do you have to buy or do you make your own custom outfits?
So we have gear makers at the shows that make our gear for us. So we kind of just come up with ideas and brainstorm with one another, and then we collaborate and come up with something super nice. So yeah, ultimately that's how we get them. We have people that work
is it
there.
A perk from AEW, or you have to pay it yourself?
We pay for it ourselves. Yes, we pay for it ourselves.
Well, that makes sense. So that's why Cena was out there in a pair of sneakers and blue jeans.
He was like, dang.
But it's super worth it.
Right.
They do their best to make us look great. They're a big part. I think also another thing too is that people don't understand that, yes, us as wrestlers, we play our role, but there's so much more to it. We have to thank our production guys. We have to thank, the people that come up with our music and our Titantrons and the people that are filming it. We have to thank the gear makers that are, putting us on TV the way that they're putting us on TV. So there's so much more than just, us as wrestlers. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Everybody's part of the team.
Yeah.
Do you use any swag to help promote yourself? Or are you working that way?
Any swag? What do you mean? Like if I have like any merch?
T-shirt,
your merch. Yeah, merch.
Yeah. On the AEW website, I have a shirt. Yes.
All
It's
right.
allelitewrestling.com, and it's shopaew.com, and I have a shirt on there. Yes.
All right.
More shirts to come. I'm pushing for it.
Daniel is asking, and now you know what, Daniel, you're not even right. He's asking about your girlfriend. Where's her website?
Oh,
that's terrible.
Here it is.
Daniel.
It's
yeah, Daniel.
Okay, sorry if you missed that.
Yeah, right. Come on now, dude. This guy,
Daniel,
did you just, well, to Daniel, did you just see the moves he can make? Are you going to ask me this question when this guy can take you? No, I'm just.
You've shot
it
him.
might be time for Daniel to log off.
Yeah, Daniel needs to go and read a book.
There you go.
Like
might
that.
be time for something else. For
Trolls.
Yeah. So what do you have? What do you have up next? Any fights lined up next or anything? I know that your knee is a little bit out of, but what do you have coming down the line? Anything?
So right now I'm just working on this knee, and then from there, we'll see what's coming up. But definitely looking to get back as soon as possible.
That's a real interesting. Wait, that leads into an interesting question. Now, do they have rehab available for you through your organization with doctors to help you with all this shit? Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah. We have doctors and people like that to help us out. And tomorrow they'll be taking a look at me, checking up on me, and seeing the next steps as far as getting back.
Well, that's what's up.
And
it's
now
a good team.
I would imagine because you're under contract with them, if I would suppose, and you are kind of their property, so to speak.
Right.
Well,
that's great. I'm enjoying this. I appreciate you taking the time and being on the show. Come back and let's do some more things. Next time you come back, I might show you one of these moves that I'm trying out on Tim.
Oh, okay.
You better not. Whipping my ass.
I just have to have him sign the form first, just in case.
Right.
Now she's gonna try that twisty move. That's
that was sweet. I'm telling you, that was
right.
That was sweet. But listen, tell everybody how you can be followed on social media.
BigShotty Lee on Instagram and on Twitter.
I love it. Say hello. I'm going to be a fan of your girlfriend as well because she bad too.
Please do. She's killing it. Please do.
I love that as well. Say her name one more time for everybody.
Her name is Julia Hart, and I'm pretty sure on Instagram and Twitter it's the Julia Hart.
The.
Okay,
not just Julia. The.
Not just the Julia.
That says a lot. That means queen. Okay, just so you know,
exactly.
Queen Julia. That
all righty then.
I love that so much. Well, listen, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to be bugging you again down the line. I'm going to just go ahead and let you know. I'm like, come back again on the show. But I absolutely love and appreciate you taking the time being on the show. Shout out to your dad as well. He's a great guy doing some fantastic things as well. I mean, that is how I was able to connect with you. I'm going to give it up and let him know that he gets the credit. And I appreciate you taking the time and being on the show today.
For sure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. We'll definitely be in touch with you.
For sure.
All right. Thank you. BigShotty Lee Johnson, baby. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Now
was
you know.
fun.
That's right. That was absolutely great. And you know what? I have to give my shout outs today because I did not do my shout outs. And you know,
you forgot?
No, never will I forget it. Just moved it along here. So shout out to Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Queen Follette Clark, Kenneth Rowell. Shout out to you. Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey, and Casey Patinio, Joan Mercer. Shout out to you. Shout out to Queen Aaliyah, Asia, Tay, Camille. Shout out to you. My Pooba Poo. You know my Pooba Poo is Amari. Shout out to you, to Jonathan Jr. as well as Tyron. In fact, congratulations to Tyron. He graduated high school this weekend. So big futures in store for you. Shout out to you, young man. Shout out to Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy and the All-American Girls, to Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Brianna, Alana, and Precious. Shout out to you. To Patricia, Wilhelm McGiffin, Pamela Anderson, C. Shorty Franklin, Pam Bailey, Renita Easley. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Down in Austin, Texas is Donna Ferry. Over in Africa, we have Websterito, Hostile Flow, and Amy Kanema. To my good friends, the queens over in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross. Shout out to you. Shout out to Edith Verhoek from the Netherlands, Lorenzo Gabaniza, and Miguel Montalban from all over the world. I will gladly shout you out too. All you have to do is send me their name and contact number and contact info, and I will shout you out, or anyone that you feel is represented on being shouted out. Where's that audience? Okay. So listen, before we close out, we're going to show a little something special. It's a little humor. It's a little wrestling humor. It's a John Cena phone prank. Check this out. And when we come back, we got some goodness for you, even more. Check it out. John Cena.
Hello?
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
Am I ready for what? Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE Champ John Cena defends his title in the WWE Super Slam? Right now you can order this awesome pay-per-view event for just $59.99.
I'm sorry, no, there is not any chance in hell that we're ever going to have wrestling in this house again. But thank you, but no. Have a good day. Hello?
And goodbye to anyone standing in John Cena's way when he takes on 6 men in a steel cage shoots and ladders match at WWE Super Slam. Order now and save $10 with a low price of just $49.99.
Sir, you guys just called me, and as I mentioned before, we're not ordering this, so please stop calling my house. Thank you and goodbye. Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Champ?
Who?
Champ? Is Champ there?
Who is Champ?
That question will be answered this Sunday night. Defends the belt.
Listen,
WWE Super Slam.
Hey, sir.
Taking on
Please
Sheamus.
quit calling my house.
The Undertaker.
Quit calling me.
CM Punk and even Triple H and the Big Show in a spit-swapping makeout match. WWE Super
Listen,
Slam.
hello? Hello? Can you stop screaming in your little sirens and whatever that is? Can you knock it off for 5 seconds? Not interested. Stop calling my fucking house. Hello?
I'm watching you.
Excuse me?
That's exactly what The Undertaker told John Cena. But will he be able to take the belt from the mightiest champion in WWE history at this weekend's WWE Super Slam?
For the love of all that is stop calling my house before I get your number. I will track you down and absolutely tear you to pieces. Do you understand me? I know you are, John Cena, crazy motherfucker. Stop calling my house now. No wrestling, no super motherfucking slam is happening in this house. I swear to Jesus, if this is those wrestling again.
Okay, good morning. Hi, I'm just calling this morning to ask if you're a supporter of the United States military.
Oh, my God, I apologize. We've been getting calls all morning. I apologize, and yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, I am.
Great. Are you a supporter of the Marine Corps?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Great, because a former decorated member of the United States Marine Corps needs your support.
And his name is John Cena. Are you going to get in the ring and put boots to asses this
Are
weekend?
you kidding me right now?
WWE
Are you kidding me right now? I can't even handle this. I cannot handle this.
Available right now at a low price of only $39.99.
I can't believe you're still calling me. I'm about to lose my I swear I'm about to call the police.
Hello. You have a collect call from
John Cena.
Will you accept the charges?
Oh, f*** your mother. Listen, stop calling. Is listening not your strong suit? Because pretty sure it's is, but you're not hearing me. Shut your beaten down brain from SuperSlam. And listen, I am not interested. I don't care if they're $59, $49, $39, or 39 cents. I don't want it. It won't happen. It's not coming on my TV again. It won't be allowed in this house. You understand me? Never again will there be wrestling here in this house. Not a piece of going through closets and taking out T-shirts and burning them and calling the police and telling you that you're harassing me. Stop it now. And I am calling the police. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Yourself.
Wow. Some people don't appreciate a good deal when they get one.
Talk about pesting or John Cena. I'm like, oh man, that was funny. That was nice. I hope you enjoyed that little humor phone wrestling prank brought to you live from Smooth Till. That was great.
That was stupid.
That was funny. And it was great to have professional AEW wrestler BigShotty Lee Johnson on the show. He's doing some fantastic things. I want you to please follow him. Is it Wednesday and Friday? Wednesday, TBS. Go on and check out the fights. He's doing some great things. I am now a fan, and I can't wait to see some more of him in action when he gets himself back into the ring and handle another match. Because that one jump, that twist,
that twisty, spinny thing off the ropes. Yeah.
I'm about to dislocate my hips trying to do that dang on move. But that's all right.
I could just see landing wrong and just.
I'd be like, Tim, I've fallen and I can't get up. That's all right. But I thank you. I honestly thank you for tuning in, watching in on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. It continues on for you because tomorrow is Wednesday, Wonderful Wednesday, and Tim's Tidbits. Tim's Tidbits, by the way, is in the evenings, every Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do check your time zones, but do tune in for some greatness. I know he's not going to even spill the beans on anything. You got to watch it to catch it.
We might talk a little bit about the New York passing that gun law for 21 and over now, so that'll be interesting.
That whole subject is a boogie woogie. Spread the word.
And
for
what
that
else
one.
going to talk? Oh, metaverse. Talk a little bit about the metaverse. What the hell is that?
Interesting. If you don't know, tune in. You'll find out Tim's Tidbits Wednesday evenings on all your social media platforms. Then on Thursday, Thursdays is the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, bringing you inspirational, encouraging, and even funny segments from some wonderful people sharing their gift, their knowledge, their profession, their experience, all for you on 5-minute segments. So don't say you don't have time. Tune in, spread the word. It is so fantastic.
There's no excuse because now you know.
That's right. If you don't know, now you know. So, hey, we bring the best in live entertainment, talents, and topics Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Now You Know Show is in the evenings also as Tim's Tidbits, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, check your time zones, but do tune in. If you have, I want to thank you. If you have not, please do and spread the word for the YouTube channel, The Queen Silvy Show, where you can get caught up on all those shows and even more. There's so much more that is there in store waiting for you. Smooth, how can we be followed?
Don't be following.
You want to say something smart?
No, you can Google us. Just Google The Queen Silvy Show. It'll take you to all of our platforms. More importantly, Queen, you hit it. Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, if there's not no more to be done, you know me. I'm ready to go and eat.
You heard? So I guess until next week, same Queen time,
That's
same
right.
Queen station.
Hey.
We'll holla.